Hello, everyone. Welcome to Backyard Musings, broadcasting live from Apple Valley. A scorcher here.
It is hot today.
Apple Valley. We're not doing the weather today, though.
No weather. Too hot.
Yes, too hot.
Yeah.
Or
You're Steve.
I'm Steve. Steve.
And I'm Scott.
Thank you very much, Scott.
Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you. At a Hurricane Ian recovery briefing in Florida, way back October 2022,
Yeah, a couple of weeks ago.
Joe Biden said this. He said, you don't F with the Biden. That's what he said, quote unquote, right? Are Dems so fanatic about protecting him that he can say that? He can brag that? Is it his Uncle Joe persona that protects him? Is it that he's senile so his handlers can do whatever they want, which serves the radical left, right? Is that? Today, we'll look back and see how prescient that hot mic comment was and how it's almost coming true. This is what happened in 2022, before he said it. The Mar-a-Lago raid was on August 2nd, 2022, which Biden greenlighted the use of deadly force if required.
Deadly force. We talked about that. That's
He
just
knows all this in
It's
the
just
background
outrageous.
when he said that, right? September 21st, 2022, New York versus Trump. Letitia James indicted Donald Trump on September 21st. Well, that was a business fraud or something like that.
Yeah.
Who knows? And then recall that in December 2022, Merrick Garland sent the DOJ's number 3, Michael Colangelo, to help Alvin Bragg. Alvin Bragg was sourcing his strategy to get Trump, which he was found guilty on 34 counts. And they started that he was sourcing it for a year, and then they finally indicted him.
What is the... I don't know. We've asked...
And we don't even know what the other crime.
Exactly.
There has to be another crime in falsifying business records. There has to be another crime. We don't know what it is.
So he's going to be the first president that's going to be elected in November that
has
felony
felonies on his
charges.
record. Yeah, been convicted of
felonies. Yeah.
So I was just had a thought in my head. We had a viewer comment about this and said, well, there's Trump University and there's this something else and this something else that he's done in the E. Jean Carroll. And my return comment to her, I think it was a her, was that you have to have a nexus, a connection between the falsifying the business records and another crime. It can't be a crime from 10 years ago or 5 years ago or 2 years ago.
Right.
It has to be at the same time.
And has anybody actually complained about this?
All the fair and biased, or conservative, if you want to call it, pundits have or news stations have, what's the crime? Bill O'Reilly, Marco Rubio, Byron Donalds had a TikTok that he was on fire when he made his TikTok about outraged. They all talked about it, but the left side, MSDNC and CNN, they're all giddy,
Oh yeah, Stephanopoulos.
They're all giddy.
The gang over at CNN. Yeah, they're all just way excited about this. The only one that's not, that really kind of surprises me, is Bill Maher, and I'm not a big Bill Maher fan. He's not
Bill. On HBO.
Yeah, he's not. I'm not a big fan of his.
He's like centric Democrat.
He's seeing some of the more normal side of this whole thing. So it's interesting. So
yeah, even when Biden had supreme confidence that Trump was no longer a threat. I mean, supreme. Even when the IRS whistleblowers blew the case wide open about that tax evasion with Hunter Biden, supreme confidence.
Yeah. So Biden's DOJ, this is Garland and company, is going to sail through court a sweetheart deal to get Hunter out of jail.
Yeah, they get out a free card.
Yeah,
remember?
and that
but a sharp judge caught
it and nixed that whole thing, which is why we're in what we're doing right now, right?
Yeah.
So Biden said he would not interfere nor pardon Hunter. Yeah, I don't believe that.
That's what he
one
said.
bit. I don't
Pinocchio said that.
Yeah, don't believe it. He'll forget he said that. Now Hunter Biden is facing 25 years in prison if convicted of 3 felony gun charges, which, I don't know if I'm that concerned about the gun charges as I am some of his other stuff like tax evasion and just lying.
Well, it's the tip of the iceberg. I mean,
yeah, And
the low-hanging fruit that they're going after.
Yeah, and some of the other stuff, like his business dealings.
This is a shut and close case.
Yeah,
this gun charge
should be. Yeah, I mean, it's on paper, right? He checked the wrong box.
Yeah, and there's eyewitness testified on the stand who was at the counter. The employee said, "Yeah, Hunter Biden checked it. I told him to take his time, and he checked it."
Yeah,
and he wasn't on drugs. Well, the next day, text messages trying to score
looking
from Mookie,
for a buyer. Yeah.
from Mookie behind, and then 2 days later, he's high on the hood of his car. He's texting,
Yeah, and he's stupid enough to where he records all this stuff, right? I mean, it just like for his journal or something. Oh my gosh!
I shouldn't laugh about
one
that.
For the ages.
That's just
so
dumb.
Yeah, and so this whole thing is going down in Delaware, which
Right.
Delaware is Biden's town, man. Backyard.
Biden town.
Yep.
Might as well call it Biden town.
Yeah, and Delaware, we all know, voted overwhelmingly Democrat in 2020. Dr. Jill herself sat at the gallery to display her power in full sight of Delaware jury.
She did.
That's just
Staring
almost
him
like
down almost.
Yeah, Luke Cabrazzi kind of thing from the Godfather.
Cabrazzi.
Just this is crazy stuff here. You heard it first on Backyard Musings.
Yes, you did.
Hunter Biden will be found not guilty of the federal gun charges, which, again,
you heard it first.
That doesn't surprise me.
We're going to talk about why and how.
I think there's more meat in some of this other stuff, but they're not talking about that right now.
We're going to get into the meat.
Yeah, and we're not talking about a hung jury and a mistrial. This will be a unanimous
nullification,
not guilty.
Not guilty.
Verdict. Yeah.
Nullification. The jury's going to say, "Yeah, we know he's guilty, but we're not going to convict him."
So we've talked about a two-tiered level of justice here, and this is going to show that Trump's being hung. Bidens are going to get off, kind of like, you could change the name from Biden to Clinton to Biden, same kind of deal. They're all in bed together. So anyway,
can you interchange it with Bush too? Bush,
maybe
Jeb Bush and
maybe so.
George H.W. Bush. That was a dynasty.
What's his name? Al Gore.
We want to be fair and balanced. We can throw the Bushes in there too.
Yeah. So this is going to be a reflection of the values of the citizens, overwhelmingly Democrat in that neck of the woods. If we are wrong, we look forward to communists telling us.
Told you so. Yep. We look forward to it. If we're wrong,
let us know.
We know we got
some Biden lovers out there. So not that we hate the guy, we just don't agree with his policies.
So the reason why we think the not guilty is, even though. In his defense, why is he pleading not guilty? His defense, no, he wasn't a drug addict. And we talked about the text messages. Yeah, he was a drug addict. No, he didn't check that box. Testimony about that employee. Yeah, he checked it.
Yeah, now he's using it as an excuse. Well, I was on drugs.
I was high.
I didn't know what I was doing.
What are you buying a gun for, man?
Yeah,
protect yourself from
paranoid.
The score? Okay. What the heck's going on? Why is good evil and evil good? Yeah. Honestly, I can't tell you without going full out religious. We know why. We read the scriptures, right? Yeah. But I don't want to go down that road with you guys. Secret combinations that uphold each other, no matter the consequences, maybe. But you'd have to have a core nucleus of those in on that secret combination.
This is the swamp. The secret combinations are the swamp. The deep state. They're the ones that are really controlling what's going on,
Like
you watch movies about it and you think, oh my gosh, if that ever happened. But
that explains it.
It is. This is a real deal.
Things are so polarized nowadays. You either have the Republican camp or the Democrat camp, and not much in between.
And nobody wants
polarized.
Yeah, nobody wants to have a discussion, right?
No,
I'm right, you're wrong.
Yep.
Get out of my face.
Yep. We just had a viewer say, "Hope Trump goes to prison." Right?
Why?
Not even explaining why, just bashing. Right? And my response was, "I hope." And his name was Michael something. I said, "I hope Michael something goes to prison." An irrational statement by me.
What do you think, Cameron?
What do you think?
You think Trump should go to prison?
No.
Yeah, there you go.
Thank you,
Good
Cameron.
answer. Good
From
answer.
the mouths of babes.
Good answer.
Thank you.
And that was not staged. That came right in from the living room just now.
Yeah. Are we moving closer towards civil unrest as we approach November 5th? What do you think, Scott?
I hope not. I really
well,
do.
we all hope not.
I just...
Okay, go on. Get out of here.
But again, with the complete 50-50 polarization of this country right now, it's scary. It's a scary time. You know?
Yeah.
I don't want to see that happen. And I don't want to see that happen not because it's bad for our country, but it's bad for our foreign policy and our national security, because people are going to start, I mean, they're going to go crazy. Other people. So, but we don't. Go ahead.
So if, November 5th comes and goes, probably November 15th, but they're still going to be counting from underneath and the dead are still going to be voting, which I've got something at the end I want to talk about that. Isn't it going to be into this frenetic, if Trump wins, when Trump wins, it'll be this frenetic, BLM will get out there, Antifa will get out there and just start riots and peaceful protests that will burn down buildings, right? Peaceful protests.
But I think people will be ready for it this time. Kind of like the
how?
riots down in LA.
Tell me how.
King
How are they going to be ready? Are they going to get out there with counter-protest signs?
Well, I don't know.
Harsh language?
They'll arm themselves.
That's true.
And that's when
you got to go out to the place.
Right.
To with the arms and say, no, don't do this.
Right.
So if the riots occur all over the U.S., will our enemies seize the opportunity to attack Taiwan and Europe? Putin's minions are saying they want to attack Europe, naming cities. Paris. They're naming cities. If that's done, like you heard first on our show, civil war, rebellion, and world war under Biden's watch. Chaos. Just in that last 3-month period, Yeah. Gee whiz. This is a perfect storm that's brewing. I think it's a perfect storm. Without being too alarmist, and I don't want to be too alarmist, I recommend you follow my buddy Pinball's recommendations and be prepared. Be prepared for the collapse of the dollar due to banks failing. He just had an episode on that, and we talked about that a month ago. Be prepared for civil unrest in your communities, whether that's pro or anti, going at it and clashing. Stock up on food, water, and methods to protect yourself and maybe your neighbors. I mean, we do that.
That last part's good to do anyway. But
protect your neighbors.
Yeah, you talk about a catastrophe, and we think about natural disasters or catastrophes like earthquakes or fires or whatever, but this is an ultimate natural catastrophe, right?
Yeah.
If crap hits the fan, it's going to be bad.
We're not trying to get clicks. We're not clickbaiting.
No, we don't want that to happen.
We're just saying what we feel, what we think. This could logically go down that road.
Well, it's possible. Yeah, there's a lot of Looney Tunes out there.
I hope not.
Me neither.
All right, keep the comments coming. Bad, good, ugly. We don't care. We'll take the comments and we'll respond to them.
Yeah, we will.
If you like, subscribe. Thanks a lot for joining us.
Have a good day, everyone. Take care.